dear cat people, welcome back to today's video. In today's video we will discuss part 1 of 2 parts of the positive impact of social skills and the harmful effect of food sensitivities in cats. Whether cats need healthy social skills or lack them is often unnoticed by its owners. It can be very often that when we ask, we usually say that our cat and our relationship with our cat is standard and is good. But at the moment that we have to take the cat to a vet, to a groomer, to ask the neighbor to take care of our cat, or a service provider basically tell us that our cat is difficult, aggressive, problematic, challenging, we get the news there and we get very startled with those news because we don't expect to hear that. We believe our nice kitty is a wonderful kitty, and it turned out to be that at your home with you, but not necessarily with others. Basically, this video is going to be targeting individual owners who have cats that live strictly inside the home. We're not talking about the feral or undomesticated cats. It is essential that our cat has social skills. This is an example that we see in the cat hotel I've been working with indoor cats. Sometimes when we adopt a cat at a certain age, we don't have, or we have very minimal history of their background of the first few weeks in lives. It is essential that we have some information if possible, and we will discuss later on why. There are many different personalities of cats. They come in different sizes, colors, etc. The first cat that I acquired, it was a Persian kitty, and I went to this lady's home, and she has about 6 beautiful kittens. They were about 8 to 10 weeks old, and the first cat that I noticed that has a wonderful personality, great disposition, and very friendly and very sociable, and that is the one that I decided to take home. He was part of my life for almost 18 years, and it was so amazing that I used to take him to the office every day to work with me, and that clients know him and love him, and his name was Ram. I did not do anything to change him. He was just extraordinary up to his last days. I also we have experience where we adopted kitties not so young, but my team and I had applied skillful means as these cats or kittens had personality issues. Over the years, I am convinced that humans are susceptible to behavior modification and improvement with specific methodologies directed to an improvement and also with an appropriate time. These changes should not occur in a forced manner as it's something that has a deadline and we need to finish. To be clear about the methodology to overcome a specific obstacle that generates a bad behavior is related to the knowledge that we acquire in books, experiences of clients and customers and friends of ours, and our own personal experiences working with cats. We use all these in the application of these methodologies. The other thing that is important is we should not set a deadline. For example, my cat or these cats need to do something by this weekend. We need to have the patience and the understanding that sometimes it takes time. Same thing with people. We need to leave the things open with an open mind and open heart to be able to let them happen. The things will happen when they have to happen. These are the 3 elements that we have covered over the years working with cats consistently. I once heard that people say that you may be comfortable among snakes, around snakes. Naturally, almost everybody, including myself, will be kind of afraid. At the same time, veterinarians, groomers, neighbors, they sometimes want to help us with the care of our cats. And when they encounter a cat that is aggressive, that is difficult, that screams, that misses the litter box, that sprays, that is traumatized, like a spoiled child sometimes, people may not necessarily be afraid of this kitty like they would be of a cat, but they will limit their interaction with that cat. They will restrain future interactions with their cat, and sometimes, in many times, services will be declined, or friends will tell you, no, I'm not going to take care of your kitty. So it's important to know that. One time I was talking to a vet friend of ours, who we were at his office, and he was showing us his wonderful cat, who was a beautiful cat, but most important, the personality. And while he's petting this kitty on his belly, he was telling us, this is what you have a cat. You have a cat to have a nice relationship, an interaction where you receive and give love. What do you do with a cat that is hissing, that is aggressive, that is biting? What do you do? And sometimes there's not too much you can do. And most of the time, as a way to excuse that behavior, we sometimes say, well, my kitty had a traumatic life, or my kitty has personality, or he has his own character. And we, on the other hand, the caretakers, see, yes, specifically your cat has a special dangerous personality. Because if a cat scratches, the most they can leave is a scar. But if a cat bites us very badly, we may end up in the hospital. And sometimes most of the people, they resign themselves to accept that they have a cat that is difficult, that is a lemon cat, and there's not too much they can do about it. I am talking about the things things can not necessarily need to be that way. They can be better in most of the cases. We have to have that hope and that willingness to work with this. If we have the confidence that we can do better, if they have that interaction, we can do better. The kitty can do better. As the cats interact with us, we can provide the necessary elements for them to acquire new habits, or we can dismantle these negative habitual patterns with the required patience, knowledge. It's possible that we have a substantial improvement. This reminds me with great enthusiasm a client that we bought his kitty for a long term, and his cat was very difficult, and he warned us, my cat is very difficult, he's not too friendly. Well, when he picked up his cat a month later after his vacation, he called us and he said, what did you do to my cat? Did you did some exorcism? And he's like a different cat. He's super friendly and affectionate. What did you do? And extremely grateful to us, and we were so happy and grateful to know that we were able to help that kitty in some way. So in many cases, like this case, the change is very dramatic. In others, it's modest, and in few, none. But there is no worse attempt than not the one that we don't make. So we need to make that attempt to do that. In my next video, we will discuss about the effects that has to do with the diet. So stay tuned for part 2. At this moment, we close this video, and don't forget to keep calm, love yourself, and so you can love others and carry on.